Did you look at it?
Yeah.
How did you feel when you looked at it?
Felt like home. As you stare into the empty void of the universe, sometimes you just have to wonder, what is that hum?
The hum of the void of the universe. That's what this show's all about. Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Steven. This is 60 Second Hum, the guitar buying, selling, trading, modding, fixing, breaking, reviewing, playing podcast. Ryan, this first ad was sent by Jonah Reeves.
You sound exhausted by the concept of a podcast.
I'm exhausted in general.
Okay, that's fair.
This comes from the Reddit group ATBGE,
which stands for
awful taste, but great execution.
I tried to match you and I couldn't do it. I'm sucky at reading.
This is an SG-ish. Who else has made this? Like BC Rich.
So when I first saw this in the email, I saw like a little like thumbnail showing just a hint of what I was about to get into. And I thought it was going to be something cute. And when I clicked on it, I was instantly repulsed. Like, this is gross, but it's also
kind of cute.
Very well done. Strangely.
Extremely well done.
Like, to the point that it will induce repulsion if you've ever had a rat in your house that you couldn't get rid of.
You know, Ryan, I was looking through my pedals the other day, and I have two woodcutters. I have a vintage Proco Rat 2.
Mm-hmm.
I've got two DRVs.
I mean, this is the perfect guitar for the Proco Rat lover.
I've got a Gear Ant Rat. I've got the Fuzz Imp Drat. So I've got like 7 rats.
You're a rat specialist.
This guitar's got 5 rats. If I got this guitar with those pedals, I could have a 12 rat rig.
It would be great to build a rat circuit into this guitar.
That would be amazing.
It probably wouldn't even be hard. It's got 4 knobs. You really only need one for your guitar's master volume.
Yeah.
And the rest can all be rat.
Yeah. Volume for the rat, tone for the rat.
And if you get stacked concentric knobs, you could have 2 rats in there that you blend together.
That's the ticket.
Maximum rats is what we're going for here.
All rats, all the time. What possesses somebody to do this?
They're expert word workers. And they knew they could.
I feel like you make this for the guitar player in your life who owns a pest control company.
Totally.
You know what I learned recently, Ryan?
What did you learn recently, Steve?
I mean, I guess you can have rats anywhere you live.
Yeah.
But when I lived in
can you get rid of them?
In San Diego, we had like a mouse in our backyard once. I guess I did see a rat on the fence line once, but we never really had to deal with them. But my neighbor used to have chickens.
Oh.
And now I'm dealing with rats occasionally.
Your neighbor where you are now?
My neighbor where I am now
had chickens. And so the chickens are gone now?
The chickens are gone now.
The chickens were keeping the rats away.
I don't know if the chickens were keeping the rats away or the chickens were drawing the rats in. And since they got rid of the chickens, the rats are like, well, who else can we mess with?
Right. We can be anywhere now.
Yeah.
These chickens are gone.
Like they don't have, because I'm sure they were like taking the chicken feed and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
So
you have this rat population that grew off of a chicken feed supply. And now that the chickens aren't there, the rat population is left to wander and try to find food sources.
I mean, I hope it's not a population, but you know, they do say where you see one rat, there's probably
if you see a rat,
5.
Yeah, there's a population.
Like on this guitar, there's 1 rat, but there's actually 5. So
we're only seeing the front. There could be rats all over the back.
Yeah, we don't even know. The detail on this is so crazy. Is this a guitar that existed and then they like glued rats to it?
I'm sure they carved the rats and then glued them. I don't know though. I wouldn't put it past someone who's into wood carving to start with a log and chisel this out somehow. But it would be so much easier to start with a guitar blank and then add these. Even if they're doing fancy woodworking to pull it off.
This body gives BC Rich, but I don't know if
And it's not the first time we've seen this violin cut on an SG.
Yeah,
or various other guitars, but we've never seen it full with rats.
I've never seen it like a string through bridge like this either.
I'm guessing kit. I'm guessing this started as a kit. Yeah.
Okay. Fair. Ryan, not to tease,
or it could be a totally custom one-off. Sorry.
Not to tease the topic too much, but do you think Gibson would serve a trademark infringement on this guitar?
It's completely possible. It is completely possible.
Something to watch out for.
Trying to sell it used. Oh, here's the thing though. They can't because they're not trying to sell it right now.
Right.
It's just posted on a Reddit. And, after we get through the topic, maybe that's an angle that we'll go after is selling things by not actually listing them for sale, just posting pictures somewhere like, guys, look at my guitar.
Yeah.
And that way Gibson can't get their little evil legal claws into you and be like, you're trying to sell a counterfeit.
Look at this guitar.
You are infringing on our trademarks. That's going to be the topic coming up because Gibson is apparently going after the used market.
You're just giving it away.
I'm just giving away. Well, we probably made it the title and the thumbnail for the episode.
The title that I have that I'm going to start with, so this will definitely be the audio title, is Gibson versus Facebook Marketplace.
There you go. And maybe all other online marketplaces. We don't know.
And I don't want to talk. I'll talk more.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Yeah. After the sponsorships.
I think this is really well done. The subject matter, not a fan, but God, A for effort.
I kind of want to see it painted.
Like you want it to be a wood body, and then you want each rat to be like black, gray, and brown.
I want the rats to remain wood grain so you can see the fine woodworking, but I want the guitar body to be it could either be black, which would be thematically interesting, or it could be white and it could just be stained gross. Like there's just what rats do when you can see rats as cute little pets, and
why? Why are you doing this?
What if it was white and it just had piss stains all over it?
Come on.
Gross. And chew marks and stuff.
Yeah, this guy's really good at woodworking. He could just add a bunch of little rat poops all over the
Yeah. It should have rat poop inlays,
What is wrong with you?
You don't think that's a good direction to take this?
I mean, it would be good art.
You don't think it's entertaining? Are you guys entertained by my thought, or is it too far? Is it too gross? Okay, Steve. Here's a way to sanitize that and make it cute.
With bleach?
Paint the guitar yellow and drill holes in it like Swiss cheese.
Okay, that's fun.
I want to see a Swiss cheese version of this.
It could be white, because Swiss cheese is usually white,
where there's cute little rodents poking out of a Swiss cheese guitar. That would be adorable.
All right, totes adorbs. I'm here for it.
But then when you turn it over and you look at the back, it's just shit. Stains and because the hair.
Why?
And lice and fleas and disease.
What are you doing? What is wrong with you?
I finally hit a nerve with Steve. All the nonsense that I throw him over the years, hundreds and hundreds of these episodes, and I finally found the thing that's a bridge too far for Steve. Talking about rodent feces.
Every 10 episodes, you announce that you found the thing.
I found the thing. I've found the way to break Steve.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude. I feel like somebody would make that. I feel like that's something that you'd see at
it'd be gross.
Some custom guitar builder at NAMM is gonna have that on the wall.
Right.
You're gonna see it on social media for 2 weeks because every NAMM attendant with a guitar with an Instagram account is gonna take a picture with it.
You know what? It's a way to get attention on your brand and your booth. Might as well do it.
Yeah.
Make a rodent infestation guitar.
Dunnable. There's an idea for
Dunnable. Get NAMM. On it. Yeah.
I don't know why I picked Dunnable.
I saw some post. Someone had posted
you saw a post,
a Gretsch guitar, on Reddit or something, somewhere, and the comments were full of people going like, "Oh, nice Dunnable ripoff," and the other comments on the thread were like, "Have you guys never seen guitars before?" Like no shade at Dunnable because what they do is really cool. Like Dunnable has cool stuff,
but
every single one of their shapes is a take on a pre-existing shape.
Yeah.
Unless I'm totally wrong, I'm not aware of any Dunable models that are unique new designs.
I mean, I don't know that they're not new designs, but I know what you mean. Like they're clearly referencing.
They're adaptations of existing stuff. Like, and clearly they
like,
have it.
I don't know that their heavy metal Mosrite is actually a Mosrite.
Right.
You clearly
see it,
recognize it enough to call it a heavy metal.
They have an
Mosrite.
offset. It's not a Jazzmaster or a Jaguar, but come on. Like, and they have
and every brand does that.
Yeah, every brand does it.
It's not a dig.
But people coming into the comments to try to defend Dunable because Gretsch had the nerve to sell a Corvette. Is that the model, the Corvette?
Oh, was that what it was? It was like a Gretsch Corvette,
right?
And it was was it like blacked out or something?
It was like a Silver Burst. It was towards the direction of a Silver Burst. So that was really the reason. It was like, it wasn't a Dunable finish, but it was like the type of finish that Dunable would do.
Was it matte?
I think it might have been glossy. I can't fully remember.
But it's
maybe I'll be able to find a picture.
The audacity.
Right. How dare they use their own body shape after Dunable started using something similar.
Yeah. Speaking of audacity.
Oh. This is not recorded with Audacity.
No, it's not. It's recorded with a Rode.
It's a Rodecaster.
Rodecaster.
It's called Rodecaster. It's the original Rodecaster.
Rodecaster. Is it the Pro?
It's been a long Rodecaster. Getting from here to there.
This episode's brought to you by Chase Bliss. If you want to find out more about pedals that are more creative than you are, head on over to chasebliss.com. Get on their mailing list so you know when new products are coming out and cool little promotion. Sometimes they put things on sale. Sometimes they have B stock. You're going to find out about all that stuff. I'm doing hand gestures under the table, but you're going to find out about all that stuff, like this kind of a thing, pointing and shooting the guns and whatever. I'm doing it all under the table. And it's anyway.
Chase Bliss. Wicka.
Head on over there and check out what they got.
If Chase Bliss ever comes out with a turntable, I'm going to get two of them and a microphone.
Ryan, can I call an audible?
What?
Can I call an audible?
Can
we do mail?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of the topic?
What does call an audible mean?
That audible in football is like when you change the play at the last second.
Were you expecting me to understand that reference?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's change the play.
We got some mail. We got a card here from, it just says, got another letter, and it's sent to us. Check this out. You want to start cutting those open?
Yeah, I'll slice them open.
Oh, I knew it. I had a feeling. It's stuck. Can't get it out.
Oh, I still have that song playing in my head.
What song?
Got faith of the heart.
Hey again, guys. My husband Russ told me you guys got tickled over my drawing and Ryan put it on the fridge. No way. It's still on the fridge.
It's still on the fridge.
I felt bad that Steve didn't have one to hang on his. So this is for him. Stay safe out there from in space dudes from Russ and Meg. 100 years later. That's great.
That's amazing. You're going to have to show that to Mrs. Hum before you go tonight. That's right. She's in space with us.
Picture. You can show it to her.
Which side of this do I open?
I don't know. We got some packages here too from Tone Home, Australia. So excited. Let's check this one out here.
I'm afraid to mess up the Ninja Turtles art on this.
Hey, 60 Cyclers, Dubrukoku is here. And it's about time. It's just so fun to use that there's no point in me trying to explain it. Thanks. Peace and love. Brendan at Tone Home. This is tonehome.shop or hcrelectric.com. What do we got in here? We got some more of these record player picks.
Oh, yeah.
I've been giving away a ton of those. We got some more batteries, and we got a couple more of these fetishes. I'm going to do a giveaway with these.
Great. Just what I need. More fetishes in my life.
This is the Guitar Pop Boost and the Fuzz Bomber. So I think these ones are for giveaways.
People are watching me handle this knife, and they're scared right now.
For me. And then
a better knife.
This one is the Daburukoku.
What?
Oh, it's supposed to be like it's the double cocked tone thruster. Unique double-ended cocked wall tone thruster built right into your tone pot with push switching. No need to modify your pick guard or guitar body. Easy installation.
Sounds like Klingon technology to me.
Included. So
that's a joke about Klingons having
big
two
old
dicks.
info pack here about Powered Pots info pack. We've talked about this before, but this is really cool.
Yeah, these guys, they make little pots that you can drop into your guitar to have a built-in effect. So apparently this is a double-cocked wah.
That's fun. That's really cool.
That is fun. I like that.
Well,
one of these days I'm going to... Are we giving these away or are these
Well,
for
we're
us
going to give away these two away. Do you want to give that one away or do you want to install it on something?
I'll install it on something.
Okay. And you also have these two.
I also have those two as well.
The two that we have more of, we're going to give these away. Don't know how. Maybe there will be a link down in the description of this episode for it. Probably will, if I remember.
Okay, so this one says Cowabunga 60 cycle. Well, this exists purely because you guys mentioned no one has made a radical and bodacious splinter pedal, and I had enough stuff around the place to make a totally tubular run of 10. So you get 00010, the prototype, the original, the OG, rushed and handmade on the fly, but it sounds cool, so I'm okay with that. I really had to hold back from filling the box with radioactive ooze. Brendan at Tone Home, Australia. And he also included these masks here. Do you want orange or purple? I don't remember the names.
Michelangelo's orange.
Okay.
Personality-wise, we are switched for what we should be.
What is purple? Is that Donatello?
Purple is Donatello.
Okay. There we go. We also got a shirt here.
Oh, nice. Battery inside already. This is the Splinter from Tone Home. There are more of these on sale.
I got a shirt. It's an XL. That means it's for me, not Steve.
For you. Well,
the long sleeve?
That's because this pedal is a rat, which means it's for me.
Okay.
But there's more of these online.
Steve gets the pedal. I get the shirt. I see how it goes.
No, very cool.
Thank you. This is so much fun. I've been working towards the goal of having some free time to do some project videos. And it's on my list to throw one of those pot pots into that Squier Classic Vibe Jaguar that I have, because that would be an easy one to add.
I like that the filter knob on the manual is actually the filth knob. So,
let me get a picture of that.
Yeah,
just so we can show everyone the detail. That's excellent. I love that he did the rat graphics around the knobs as well.
Yeah, it's a really cool looking pedal. I think your kids are probably gonna get a lot more use out of these masks than my kids will.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So
thank you. This is so much fun. Thank you. If you run a brand or you do anything else cool and you want to send us stuff, the mailing address has been right here. There's not a mailing list, right, Steve?
There's not a mailing list yet. I keep thinking about how to, I'm just stuck in a planning phase, and dedicating the time to write is a thing when you're not a natural writer. So to be honest,
yeah, I think that's the whole problem is that neither of us want to sit and write articles. And if we did, we would have already been doing that.
Ryan,
do
you have anything else new?
I don't think so.
Well,
sorry,
then, Ryan. Oh, did you grab screenshots of this?
Oh, but I didn't put them in here. I texted them
Messenger,
to you.
Right?
Yeah, I messaged them to you. I totally forgot to do that. Flying by the seat of her pants over here today. So someone posted in our Facebook group about this. They had a Harley Benton listed on Facebook Marketplace, and they got.
Oh, let's read the context first.
Okay.
Go ahead and finish what you're saying.
So their listing got taken down by Facebook because some lawyer was like, "Hey, you're infringing on Gibson here."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to the original post.
I have it.
Okay.
So it says we remove. It's just pictures.
I meant the post on our Facebook group. Yeah, I didn't screen grab that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just let's read the legal thing.
We removed your listing. Why this happened? According to Facebook, this listing may contain something that infringes someone else's trademark rights or promotes counterfeit goods. This goes against our terms of service on intellectual property. Some information about what to do about it. And then it says, if the reporter contacts us, we'll put your listing back on Facebook. Until then, no one else can see it. According to this listing, and this is to basically telling you how to email the reporter, the copy reporter name is Gibson Inc. There's a long copy report number. And then it says to send email to this email address. Some people in our Facebook group looked up the URL on the email address, and it came up with a global IP law firm. So I took that email because it looks like a person's name, and I said, you know what, this is super weird, and I want to talk about it, and I want to see if they want to talk about it. So I sent them an email, and after 24 hours, apparently they don't want to talk about it. But the ad that's listing is for an Harley Benton HB 35 Plus. And
I owned one of those.
This is the last part that I'll say, I guess, is factual, because in the email, I sent this as media inquiry, Gibson trademarks on Harley Benton secondhand sales. And I think that's a key thing here, but we'll get into that more. But basically, I just asked the question, you know, is this accurate? Are you representing Gibson? And are you representing Gibson in reporting secondhand sales of Harley Benton guitars as an intellectual property violation? Is Gibson going after Harley Benton on any other secondhand sales sites? Is Gibson going after Harley Benton or Thomann in general? And then what is the claim? I said, can you offer any insight into the nature of the claimed intellectual property infringement, which is basically saying, is the ES335 body something that Gibson owns IP on? I was under the understanding that they don't. So those are my understanding of the facts. And I do want to say that from this point forward, everything else Ryan and I say is our opinions. We're not legal experts. Maybe Gibson has IP on the 335. I don't know.
This show is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed within are our own, et cetera, et cetera. This is all speculation. It always has always been all speculation all the time, because that's how we like to have fun.
Yeah.
I hope that's abundantly clear to all the lawyers that watch this show and transcribe everything that we say every single week. As we learned they're doing, thanks to Behringer and Bill Finnegan. What's crazy to me is, like, if they have a problem with Harley Benton,
right,
then why is Gibson selling through Thomann? It's because they make money doing it.
I assumed they were, but I actually didn't. Yeah, and they're selling some pretty expensive.
They sell some high-end stuff.
Are they selling a 335?
I'm sure they are. Yeah, they've got everything
right
over there at Thomann. And I remember that because I was there years and years ago. And I remember playing Gibsons there right next to Harley Bentons. So why is it okay for Thomann to sell Harley Bentons right next to Gibsons, but it's not okay for someone to sell a used Harley Benton on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah. It seemed really weird. I think there are like legitimate potential claims. I actually saw on Reddit today, it is a super random thing to come across, but somebody screenshot an email note. I think it was an email notification they received on a guitar that they had in customs from this same law firm, basically saying, what is the nature of your purchase? Because they had purchased like a counterfeit Firebird, I think. But that one was actually
different though. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying, is it was actually counterfeit, but that does lend legitimacy to the email address that was provided in the screenshots that we saw. But then it's also weird to me that they're saying like, well, since you're a consumer, like we'll let you have this one. Like, because that seems like a really unfair application.
Yeah.
My understanding is it's illegal to own, not just to sell, but it's illegal to even own those guitars, especially if it's a fake, actually Gibson branded product.
Right. I want to make that distinction that when we talk about counterfeits, we're not talking like, oh, they made a single cut, or they made a flying V, or they made a semi-hollow. It's like, no, some other manufacturer put the Gibson logo on the headstock and is trying to pass it as a Gibson. I have no problem with Gibson or whatever other brand or whatever other authorities doing their clever detective work to intercept those sorts of purchases.
Yeah.
If you're intentionally buying counterfeits, you have to expect that comes with the territory, right? You have to expect that eventually this stuff gets caught and gets disposed of. That's not what this is. This is a Harley Benton from a major retailer that works with Gibson, has, contracts and business with Gibson where they sell Gibson side by side next to Harley Bentons. And now Gibson's lawyers are coming after people who are putting them on the resale market because they have a similar body shape, silhouette to Gibson guitars, which is totally bunk. Totally. There's so many other factors that come into play if something is infringing or not. And that's not it. That's not it, especially for those, because they're like, that's a totally different thing. If you're going to argue that point, you first have to do that with Thomann and Harley Benton.
Yeah.
You can't do it on Facebook Marketplace in the States. Like, that's ludicrous. If you're going after people on the used market, I know that the legal teams that work for Gibson, they're not the same as the front-facing personalities of Gibson that end up in articles and interviews and stuff like that. But oh my gosh, you guys that work at Gibson, this damages your brand. And I know that there, to a certain extent, there is valid work that is done by Gibson's legal teams that they've hired. There's valid work being done, but there needs to be some sort of discussion about what activities will actually hurt your brand, because this sort of stuff will actually hurt your brand. Consumers are completely turned off by this sort of thing. Oh, I can't sell my otherwise totally fine and legal guitar because Gibson's lawyers are stalking my used listings on Facebook.
Yeah, so
it's gross.
The secondhand market thing of it, I just punched this into Google, and this is an article from guitar.com in 2019, so 6 years ago.
And it might not even be like the people who run Gibson, the guitar side of Gibson, that are the front-facing personalities that I talked about. The food might not touch. They might not be connected in any way where they can talk to the legal team at all. The legal team might be hired by the investment group that owns Gibson or whatever.
That's a good point.
They probably don't have any interaction with each other, but something needs to be done to communicate to these lawyers when they're being too heavy-handed, because it's hurting their brand. Yeah. Year after year, when this stuff happens, it hurts their brand.
So back in 2014, there was a dispute between Gibson and JHS. There's the headline, Gibson versus JHS, but it's John Hornsby Screws.
Oh, okay.
which is the brand behind Vintage, Fret King, like all of those guitars, right? And there was a lawsuit in California saying that they were counterfeiting Gibson's guitars. Gibson had to present a bunch of things.
Sure.
And in that was a patent for the 335 design. But the claim here is that this is a pretty complicated thing, but there is some precedent to this. It sounds like the decision at the time was that Gibson was limited in what they could and couldn't enforce, but it was an attempt to secure the body shape beyond the headstock. Some of this is more applied in like these recent Dean cases.
Sure,
right?
Sure.
Gibson versus Dean. One of the things that's discussed though is that in 2003, Fender tried to secure trademarks for the Stratocaster, Telecaster, and Precision Bass. And my understanding, after 5 years, this is Beanstalk. Friend of the show, Hugh, and I have talked about Beanstalk, who's the lead attorney for actually all these other brands that aren't Fender. The Beanstalk firm blocked the registration, but managed to secure a ruling that the Strat, Tele, and P-Bass could not be trademarked, as they were such common use that they had become generic designs. So the question is the 335 a generic design? Ibanez makes a damn close to a 335 body. Hamer used to make one. Washburn used to make one.
Squire used to make one.
Which one was the Squire?
When they changed all the Guild stuff to Squire.
Oh, yeah.
They had some sort of semi-hollow. Everyone's made one.
Yeah. So the thing is I wonder if this is coming up again, or Gibson's like, maybe there wasn't fully a decision on this 2019 thing, so they're trying to do it again. But again, the weird thing here, to your point, is you're going after consumers. You're not going after producers.
Right.
You're not going after Thomann, because you're not going to go out. Like,
they make too much money over
you're
there.
not going to go after the store because otherwise, I know
Thomann has tried to separate Harley Benton as a brand,
sure,
and be like, oh no, they're their own brand. But come on, who else sells Harley Benton? It's only Thomann.
Reverb, but yeah,
It's true. The Thomann shop, the Harley Benton shop. It's like,
though. Actually, I don't think there's any HB35s in the U.S. Harley Benton store on Reverb right now.
I mean, maybe there's a legal thing about that. Maybe they're not supposed to sell them here, but they shipped me one. No sweat. Two, actually, I think.
Was that a long time ago?
It was, 5-6 years ago, something like that. It was when the set was gray and in my garage. It was after the first time I went to Thomann. So
right.
It's 2018, 2017, something like that. I don't know. Like, I know that legal stuff doesn't always make sense to us plebes, but it just seems to me that the valid place to fight these fights is in between manufacturers and in between a brand and retailers. It's not to go after street level consumers that are just trying to sell something that they bought legally.
That says Harley Benton on the headstock.
Right. It doesn't matter in a legal argument that every single guitarist that picks up a Harley Benton, if you blindfold them, will be able to tell you that it's not a Gibson, because they don't feel like Gibsons.
Right.
Harley Benton feels like, they all feel like Harley Bentons. They all have this very specific feel and flavor to them. If you're an experienced enough guitarist, normally experienced, you've been to Guitar Center 3 times, and tried a bunch of stuff, you're gonna be able to tell that a Harley Benton is not a Gibson. Even if someone buffed out the logo and put a Gibson logo on there, you're gonna know right away. But the lawyers can't argue that, because they're arguing to lay people who don't have that experience, who don't know what we experience with brands. But that doesn't really even matter here, because it's just someone trying to sell something used that they bought legally. They bought it from Thomann and it was shipped to them legally.
Mm-hmm.
It's their right to sell it.
It all just kind of seems like nonsense.
It feels like Gibson's lawyers are abusing the report system on Facebook Marketplace, because that's all automated, and it's you have to write the lawyer, and they're never going to write back.
Yeah,
they're never going to write. They're never going to clear your claim.
The thing that
it's just a way of silencing everyone who's going to sell anything that has a silhouette similar to any Gibson guitar ever. Gibson's made Strats.
Gibson had that Jimi Hendrix series. They had the Epiphone S and T series.
Right. Gibson's made all sorts of shapes that other brands had made before Gibson. Is Gibson going to claim other brands with their automated lawyer bot?
And to that point, here's a really screwy thing. And I don't know. I tried to research it. It was kind of tricky to research. Maybe my Google is a little off. I don't know. What if this attorney is just a Gibson fan who's trying to get on Gibson's radar? And so
they're just trying to get free
they're
stuff.
Just going around serving trademark because like you said, the Facebook system is automated.
I wouldn't put it past some Gibson fan that's just out of their mind to play vigilante.
That's what I'm saying. What if they
who would do that? Rickenbacker fans would do that.
Yeah.
That's how I know that someone else would do it, is because if Rickenbacker fans would do it, then other people are doing it too.
Someone's going to email somebody and say, actually, I'm a lawyer and I didn't like what you had to say about Gibson. And if you don't take this down, I'm going to send your video to Gibson and with a bunch of legal advice on how they could own your channel. I really don't know. There's a lot of weird legal things like that.
I know.
And I've heard of people in these patent spaces where there are companies that buy patents just to pull from companies that are dead, basically a company's about to go out of business. You call out the trademark owner and say it's too late to do it now, right? But there's a whole thing rolling. But imagine a different world
Okay.
where, in this infinite multiverses of ours,
Yes.
where Brian Wampler calls up Bill Finnegan 4 years ago, and it's like, hey man, you haven't really made any clones for a while. I'd love to take that over for you. And then he takes up the thing, but now he's only making like, Bill's like, yeah, you can't make more than 10 clones a year. He gives them 10. And 2 of those have to still go to my neighbor to sell on eBay.
Right.
And so now Wampler has effectively bought this IP just to own it, and now he has to protect it.
Where is he going with
So now like Wampler's the one who's suing Behringer.
Right.
But he's like, yeah, I know somebody's gonna eventually try to do a line for line name clone of this. Like, this
so you're saying he would be sitting on the property.
He'd be getting the clone property, not really to like bring the clone to the masses, but just to own the name
and to sue for damages or whatever.
He could sue people for damages
right.
and take it. Like, I don't know, man. This whole thing is weird. When I saw that, it took me like 5 minutes to figure out what I was even looking at.
Yeah.
Because it just sounds so absurd to me that somebody is trying to sell a Harley Benton and they're getting it flagged
right
for violating a Gibson trademark.
It just seems so automated that I wouldn't even. Here's what you do. If people are starting to get these, like a bunch of them, and they've come to this video for advice, I say just try saying it's a Gibson. In your listing. Like, put Gibson in air quotes, and then let people look at the pictures to figure it out. The lawyer bot that's looking at these things, looking for silhouettes of Gibson guitars and automatically like serving, these IP infringement, takedown things or whatever with Facebook, they're going to be like, oh, they're selling a Gibson. Good for them. And they're going to move on. It was flagged by Harley Benton, the silhouette in the photo, and the model name or something like that. Like, this is one of those unfortunate things about the dystopian future that we live in. We have to start tricking the machines.
Yeah.
You have to do it with a wink, wink that the other humans will get. But that's the stuff we're going to have to do to get around this nonsense, right?
Do you think that there would be viability in this case? And again, I'm not in this case, in this situation, because case sounds legal.
Sure.
Do we think that this could have been an accident, that it's not really that serious, that I know there's people in the comments who are going to say, like, you guys are taking this way too seriously. Like,
at worst, it's annoying.
This is just like a one-off, whatever.
Right.
Like, maybe it was an accident. I don't know. But like, would there be value in I think it's Michael is the guy's name, trying to reach out to, what if we posted those screenshots on Instagram and tagged Gibson,
tagged Mark Agnesi,
that's what I was gonna say. Tag Mark Agnesi,
and like, hey, your boys are going after our viewers.
While we're at it, we can tag what's the dude's name? Barcosi over at Tolman.
Listen, I'm not gonna
start some internet bullshit
here. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna tag Mark. I've put Mark through enough bullshit over the years, and he's been a really, really good sport.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tag Mark. He's like legitimately, like, Mark has been much kinder to me than he should have. Like, I've been a constant troll and probably a thorn in his side. And I'm sorry, Mark, you never deserved it.
Maybe if I remember, I should jump on, because Phil actually usually reads my messages. If I have some bandwidth, I can jump on McKnight's live stream on Friday and ask the question, hey, Phil, what do you think about Gibson serving trademark IP to...
That's really the way to get the word out, is just to get Phil talking about it.
Like that, but that's what I mean. Like, do you think Michael should do this, or should he just like abandon Facebook Marketplace, or just try to relist it with like some different pictures? Like, I don't
relist it, different pictures, different. Let's just say guitar, Yeah,
I guess it just depends on like your
listing
propensity for being for causing trouble, or not even causing trouble, because potentially like it's just going to become a frustrating situation for you, and that's
just list it as guitar for sale. And then see what happens. And then if that gets flagged with the photos, then list it as a Gibson And by the way, that advice is purely for entertainment purposes. It is not actual legal advice.
Yeah.
So proceed at your own risk. But wouldn't it be funny and entertaining if you try just listing it with Gibson in quotes, wink, 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 and then people see the pictures and they know. Everyone buying a guitar knows that it's not. And then you can tell them this, if someone messages you about it, you can tell them the story and like, hey, this is what's going on. And they're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I got it. Let's stick it to the lawyer.
I mean, he has the screenshots. He can post the screenshots in the ad.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently some folks think this is a Gibson, so I'm going to list it as a Gibson.
That's actually a selling point.
Yes.
Gibson thinks this is so close to a Gibson that they're trying to keep me from selling it. Don't you want this guitar? What a fantastic deal. Gibson thinks it's near enough to the real thing. You will too.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost a sales pitch from Gibson's legal team. I just want to say again that like this stuff is a bad look. It's a bad vibe. It's bad for your brand, Gibson. And I know that you probably don't have any way of changing anything with this legal stuff. It's probably a completely different department. It gets paid by completely different people. It's a bad look. I can't believe that you don't have some opportunity to file quarterly reports or like to write a strongly worded letter to the people who control the money or whatever. Like this is affecting the way people view your brand long-term.
Yeah.
This sort of nonsense. Like there are absolutely times when you should be flexing your legal muscle. Absolutely. This isn't it.
Yeah.
And there's so many small builders that have like had to go through the ringer over stuff they shouldn't have. And, you know, like people will bring every single brand that manufactures guitars has heard from Gibson at some point. It's ridiculous. So every builder out there knows exactly what I'm talking about. Some builders, they deserved it. A lot of them didn't. And it just is bad vibes within the industry. It's bad vibes with the public.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tarnish on your name. So figure out a way to knock it off is my message to Big G. Well, Big G's lawyers anyways.
Ryan, you just talked for 1 minute and 20 seconds without interruption.
It felt so impressive. Good. You know, I never get that at home.
So speaking of knockoff products though,
someday my kids are going to watch that and be like, hey,
this ad was sent by Paul Alfano. This listing says fugly guitar for the brave restorer. I've never seen a guitar like this one in my life. This is one fugly guitar in desperate need of restoration. Looks like it was made in the 60s. Japan. Price is firm, which is Canadian $100, which is like nothing.
Yeah.
It's like $65, I think.
I spend more buying my kids hamburgers, you know.
Price is firm. They're definitely someone crazy enough to buy this beast. Oh, it's thanks to Guitar Detective. We have now identified this one. It's a 1960s Jolana Alpha from Czechoslovakia. I couldn't figure out what it was, but there's the answer. It's a Jolana. It is missing a bridge at least. So
yes,
you would need to do some repair, but the reason that this is on topic for this episode is it says Fender on the headstock.
Are you sure it's not a Gibson?
It might be. Okay. I'm going to say again, like this is beat up and I don't know what kind of bridge this needs. I have a suspicion you could just use one of those wooden, like floating bridges on this.
A Bixby Sorkin bridge would be a quick and cheap fix for this.
Words.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the Bixby bridges that just rests on the top of an arch top. It has like a metal base and it's a single like bridge piece sort of thing that's adjustable on each side. One of those would be a quick fix for this to get it up and running. Everything about this looks wild. I'm not surprised that it's from Czechoslovakia. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
It's a Czech guitar.
So that's like Eastern Bloc, like USSR.
Right. It's definitely got that Eastern European 60s vibe going on. I can see how
that bridge would work, but you can actually see in this picture where just a little block floating bridge.
Okay, so
this is peeling from water damage.
Well, it looks like it had some sort of like it's the fake vinyl wood grain sticker that was on your parents' cheap entertainment system from the 70s. Like
okay,
it's it's an IKEA finish, basically. Like it's a plastic photo print of wood grain on top of maybe MDF or maybe some just unattractive piece of wood or something like that. That's what it looks like. The way that it's bubbling and cracking like that, it looks like the entertainment center I had in my room when I was a teenager.
It looks like
because I needed an entertainment center to hold my boombox and, you know, a couple comic books.
It looks like the coffee table and side table that my parents still have.
Exactly.
That I think we've had since I was maybe before I was born.
It's furniture grade, but we don't mean that as a compliment.
Yeah, it's 80s furniture grade.
But there's a lot of really interesting things going on here. Those switches.
Mm-hmm.
Where can I get those switches?
Here's the other thing about those switches that's interesting. Now, maybe the pickups were...
Each switch is that long.
Maybe the pickups have always been cream, but it's wild to me how white these plastics are. The knobs, you know, you could make the easy argument like, oh, maybe the knobs could have been replaced at some point, whatever. But these switches are so unique that I think they're original.
No, they have to be. Where else would you find a replacement switch for those cuts and those pick guards? That's stock. And those pickups look wild. There's a bit of a Gaia tone element with that big open kind of chrome bar, but then the screw pieces that look like they might be adjustable, not up and down, but forwards and backwards.
Yeah.
I don't know if they are actually adjustable or if that's just implied by the plastic design. Maybe the whole pickup can slide back and forth. That's probably it. I don't think you could adjust each individual pull piece. I bet the whole thing, if you wanted to push it a little closer to the bridge or closer to the neck, you could do it.
I'm still cracking up that this head sucks.
I know. Remember when I bought that Explorer body that I put a Fender neck on?
Yeah.
And so I followed this Craigslist ad because someone was selling this Explorer project kit.
Oh, is it outside?
Parts thing. It's up. It's it wouldn't be outside.
It's like at your house upstairs.
It's upstairs in my house.
That's what I meant.
So
obviously it's not floating around in space.
That'd be stupid. In the vacuum?
Yeah.
That can't be good for a guitar.
Okay.
In the banging around in the Van Allen belt.
So the Fender Explorer.
Yeah. So I went to buy this Explorer shaped guitar that had a Fender style neck on it.
Yeah.
And it was in a super sketchy part of town. And I'm giving the guy the money for the guitar. And he's like, oh, you didn't want the Fender? And he gestures over to this other guitar that's in the corner. And it's totally like some sort of like, not even a Teisco, not even a Tulip, not even any sort of brand that you've ever heard of, but like the worst looking, import from the 60s that you've ever seen. And someone had drawn the Fender logo on the headstock with a Sharpie. And I was like, no, I think I'll pass on the Fender.
I feel like I've seen that on Craigslist not that long ago.
That was like 25 years ago I bought that guitar.
Apparently nobody's ever thrown it away.
That house that I bought that guitar from, I swear to you, the front door was on ropes. Like I've never been to a part of San Diego where I've actually been like, oh yeah, this is the ghetto compared to that place.
Were you in East County?
No, it was south.
Interesting.
Yeah, like San Diego doesn't have a lot of poor areas. We don't, like, our poor people kind of like, they all cluster together in the same apartment together, basically. Like everywhere's pretty nice. We have some areas that are not as nice as others, but we don't really have slums. But when you walk up walk up to a house for a Craigslist deal and the door is hanging off of ropes, it was something else.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's a trip.
Yeah, it was very much a trip. But this reminds me of that, although this is much better exexecution. And I like their take on the Fender logo. It's totally not the Fender logo at all. It just says Fender.
Yeah.
In really funky, like
It's
1970s belt font, you know?
That's what it looks like. It looks like a leather press.
Yeah, totally. It's three-dimensional a little bit. It's got this swoop to it. You know what? Fender should borrow this.
Dude, 65. If this was $65 local, I'd be like all on this.
I want to hear those pickups. I want to mess with those switches. This thing has been used and abused enough to have some wear on it, so maybe it's fun. I don't know.
Odds of the electronics actually working, like less than 20%.
I think my experience with these sorts of things is that at least one pickup will work. At least one. And that's all you want to hear. It's going to sound muddy and lo-fi, but maybe that's what you want. You know, I really, really doubt that there's going to be a bright twang from this guitar.
So, Paul, if this is still available in your area, I think you should get it. And I think you should find a bridge for it. And then I think you should string it up and tell us what it sounds like.
How is that going to be the winner over the Rats?
We still got one more to go.
I know, but it's not going to be the winner. I can already tell.
If you're enjoying this episode, head on over to patreon.com/60cyclehumpcast. You know what? If you're enjoying this episode,
thank you.
Let us know in the comments that you're enjoying the episode and like the video. Those are two things you can do for us. If you want to get like an extra email when we drop new videos here, head on over to patreon.com/60cyclehumpcast. At the free tier, you will get email notifications that when Ryan drops a video, because he posts on Patreon that he's dropping the video. If you want to help support the program, you can also do that on Patreon at various levels. If you are in the comment section, right, or if you're watching this and maybe you're in the premiere chat, or you're down in the comments and you want to have a little 60 Cycle Hum logo next to your name, you can sign up for our YouTube members and you can get that little icon for 99 cents a month.
I'm going to reveal something. I'm going to give a little sneak peek. Very soon, I'm going to be doing a demo of a guitar amp that's worth about $1,000.
Wow.
And the brand that sent it to me, they didn't have a marketing budget to pay people like me, to pay YouTubers. And I told them that in the future they should, because they're a major brand and they should.
Yeah. It's embarrassing that they don't.
A little bit. But the way that I made the demo happen, because I wanted to cover the amplifier.
Because it's cool.
Is that I asked them to send 2 so that I could give 1 away. So the Patreons are actually going to have a really big part in making that possible. Like I mentioned, the brand doesn't have budget. I'm not trying to drag them right now, but the newer marketing team, they need to be informed and be aware that, like, there's ways that this business works. People buy food with money, basically. So they agreed to send 2 so I could give 1 away, but we're going to have to pay out of pocket to ship this thing. And we like to do international when we can. It's not going to be cheap. The Patreons are covering that. So it's going to be an unpaid demo, but where I get to give away a $1,000 amplifier, and the Patreons make that possible. I was able to pitch that idea because I knew the Patreons were providing funds that we can use to make something like that happen. So just so you know where the money goes when Patreons support us, it's the cool stuff. It's the stuff to make this channel fun, to keep it progressing, to pay bills that we have, and to do cool stuff like that. So huge thanks to the Patreons for giving us the confidence and the ability to do cool stuff. Because otherwise we'd have to sit here and really crunch the numbers and like, well, that could be money coming out of our pockets. No, this is show budget. We want to spend it on the show. We want to spend it on sending the things to people that win things and stuff. Like, it's fun to do that sort of stuff. So yeah, huge thanks to the Patreons.
This last ad was sent by John Kelly.
This is almost a bit of a callback to 2 weeks ago.
This is the El Diablo parts caster. Project guitar needs new switch and soldered $35 Epiphone pickup. Sounds amazing. This is $35. This is a Fender
from Corona, California.
What? How?
So this is a skull guitar with a big old red tongue coming out of it. 2 weeks ago, we covered that skull guitar that had a spine coming out of the mouth.
Yeah.
And I said, what if the spine could be a big red tongue? And this is kind of doing that.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the same as what I was pitching, because I pitched that the neck would be the big red tongue. But I don't know, it felt a little serendipitous when I saw this pop up.
I like the knobs. This whole thing really makes me wonder if this actually started as a cheap, like a bullet Telecaster.
Well, here's what I'm wondering, Steve.
What are you wondering, Ryan?
This thing has a Telecaster neck on it.
Mm-hmm.
It has a Fender Corona California neck plate.
Okay.
is this a $35 made in America Telecaster neck?
I hope not. No, because if this was or the original bridge, like that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, I don't think the bridge is original. That bridge is cheap trash. I can tell just by looking at it.
You think it's only the neck would have been Fender?
I think it's not out of the realm of possibility.
You know, you can't really get a good look at the headstock.
And it kind of looks like they painted the neck maybe.
Yeah.
But you really can't get a good look at it. But if this was local, it would be compelling to go check it out, just to check out the neck, just to see what's going on with the neck. Because if that is a $35 made in Corona, California Telecaster neck, there's no discussion to be had.
What is the distance you would drive for this $35?
Me personally,
I
think this is a fun enough story that I would drive to the edges of the county.
So like if you
the coastal edges of the county, I wouldn't go. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't go out to the desert.
The coastal edge, you're saying like all the way up to, when you say coastal edge, you're saying you would go all the way up to Oceanside.
I'd include like Escondido. I'm not driving east into Campo or whatever.
Would you go as far as Alpine?
Yes.
Campo's in a weird southeast corner of the county.
Right. Like Hamul is starting to feel like we're doing it. Geography podcast.
Would you go to Hamul? Hamul's probably close. Hamul's not closer than Alpine, but it's close. It's in that vicinity.
I would contact them if they were in Hamul and ask questions.
Would you go to like Imperial Beach?
I'm more likely to go to Imperial Beach because I would know that there's other fun things I could do.
Yeah, you could make it a surf trip.
I could go get some good tacos.
You could get some good tacos. You could get whatever disease is pouring out of the estuary at this moment by doing a little surfing.
I could go visit Pitbull.
You could go visit Pitbull.
Yeah.
Mr. 305 himself.
No, the Pitbull audio.
Mr. Worldwide.
No, I'm not talking about Mr. Worldwide. No way. I'm talking about Pitbull audio.
I know you're talking about Pitbull audio, but I want them to think that you're friends with Pitbull the rapper.
Yeah, I'm best friends with Pitbull the rapper. He's always hitting me up to ask me questions about guitars.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'll just say this. If you're a celebrity and you want to pick my brain about guitars and effects, feel free to hit me up wherever.
Yeah.
I'll be tickled pink. I'll probably have to look you up, whoever you are, but then I'll be tickled pink when I find out, and I'll be able to brag to my friends and family that you hit me up to ask about Jazz Masters or something.
So basically what I'm hearing though is you would pretty much travel up like 40, 50 miles.
Yeah.
Upwards of that.
And then I'd walk 40, 50 more.
Like you wouldn't go to Julian, but you might go to Ramona.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Probably wouldn't go to Warner Springs.
No.
But you'd go to reasonable San Diego County.
People are going to have to crack open the Thomas Brothers to understand this section of the show.
You would not go to Agua Caliente.
No.
You're not picking this guitar up from Mount Palomar.
And don't even ask
the Lagunas.
Don't even ask me to sail out into the ocean.
Yeah. You would not pick this up from the Coronado.
Catalina.
From the Coronado. Well, Catalina's
I know.
county.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Coronado Islands, but those might actually be in Mexico. But yeah, no, I just want to know, gauge your dedication. Like $35 is a really.
I really wonder. Like that's enough of a clue. Like where else did they get that neck plate?
But dude, they could have had another guitar. They could have come from anywhere.
Why did they yank that neck plate off of a different guitar? I'm telling you, this is like a parts thing where they had that neck and something happened to the body, or this might be the body, or like that they cut up somehow. I don't know. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
But I think there is a strong chance that neck might be worth more than $35.
Do you think it would be worth it to be like, hey, I'm like
the rest of this? No way.
Take some more pictures, or do you think at this price it's not even worth asking for more pictures? You just got to take your chance.
I think if you're on the edge, then you write them and you're like, hey, what's the story? Like all you want is the story. And then maybe you'll get some more context clues from that, because you don't want them to know that you know that neck might be valuable, because then they're going to pull the listing. Right.
I mean, if the neck is halfway decent, $35 is always a steal for a good neck.
Oh yeah. Even if it's just like an all parts Mighty Might, sort of thing.
Exactly.
I say just, but like those are decent neck brands.
Yeah.
But it might not be a Fender branded neck, but it might be a decent neck for $35. You could start whatever project you want. And the rest is just like, I don't even know what to suggest for this. Like, it's goofy. I think it's really creative the way they pulled off the placement of the knobs and the switch on the end of the tongue there. Like,
yeah,
the wires are sticking out all wild, but I think that's an interesting concept. It's very juvenile. So if you're looking for a very juvenile skull guitar, there you go.
All right, Ryan, what's your Adventurers Club take? Mine is 100% the Fender.
I really enjoyed talking and looking at the Fender.
Pull off on it.
The craftsmanship of the Rats guitar, but yeah, I think I'm with you on the Fender. It's not even a Fender. There was no Fenders in this episode whatsoever.
But we've referred it to Fender so many times that now this seller in Canada is probably going to get a
I'm sorry
IP knock from Fender.
I'm sorry, you're about to get cease and desist.
There's actually more legitimacy to that claim though, because at least it says Fender on it. Anyway,
you're trying to sell a Fender? I don't think so.
This song was sent by Kyle Ketchemonia.
Will Gibson's lawyer bots go after people trying to sell Epiphones?
That would be hilarious.
Because you would be like, oh, here's an Epiphone 335, and you would be correct. But then the bot might be like 335, and it looks at the photo and it scans it like they're saying that's a Gibson. That's not a Gibson. Like,
but it says Epiphone.
That's not Epiphone's lawyers.
It could have a not function
oh my gosh.
in the code.
My headcanon right now for Gibson is that they, like all the small builders, all the boutique guitar builders have complaints about Gibson, like sending them legal stuff all the time. What if the people at Epiphone are constantly like, Gibson, stop. And they're just constantly getting served by Gibson's lawyers because Gibson's lawyers don't understand the guitar world at all. And are just like automatically out there cease and desisting and serving papers. And they don't understand that Epiphone is part of the family of brands. And so everyone at Epiphone is like, Gibson, please just get your lawyers to stop sending us paperwork. It's every day.
That's a really fun headcanon, but
it's probably not actually happening.
I don't think there's really, like, I don't think Epiphone is a company anymore. Like, I don't think they exist. I think there are some people who are
who run Epiphone within Gibson,
but they are part of.
Well, that's the confusing thing is that Gibson is sending these legal documents to a Gibson address.
You're like, you're basically saying that this is like if Ford was suing Lincoln.
But like the hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing, so it just keeps happening. But that's the way they make it sound when you talk to people at Gibson. They're like, "Oh man, we don't have any control over the lawyers," and it's like, do you? Absolutely not at all. So if they came after Epiphone, you have nothing you can do. You have nothing you can do. You can't talk to them. You can't get them on the phone.
All of a sudden, Gibson releases a new. They have like the Epiphone Greenie, and then they're trying.
Right.
Yeah. You can't use the word Greenie. That's a Gibson custom shop model. This is exhausting.
This is the stupid future that we live in. There's amazing things happening in this future that we live in, and there are stupid things happening that I don't want to have to think about anymore, to be honest. Anyways, tell us about the song, Steve.
The song was sent by Kyle Ketchemonia.
It's a really fun name.
The title says post-punk gothy with
Ketchemonium sounds like an album name.
With fun synthesizers, and that's it. That's all the information.
She don't give a fuck. She loves punk rock. She don't give a fuck, but she don't suck cock. She's into punch and whips, tight leather pants, thin fat hips. She don't give a fuck. She loves punk rock. She don't give a fuck, but she don't suck cock. She don't give a shit, 'cause she can take a hit. Give her a try, she'll make you cry. She's into punch and whips, tight leather pants, thin fat hips. She don't give a fuck. She loves punk rock. She don't give a fuck, but she don't suck cock. She don't give a fuck. She don't give a fuck. She's a freak in the sheets and a bad bitch in the streets. She don't give a fuck that you hate punk rock.
That was fun. That gothy disco sound.
Yeah, yeah. I just like, man, the lyrics are just so like subtle. It's really hard to tell like what it's actually about. It feels like they're just speaking in code the whole time.
Right.
Like, what could this mean?
Right.
It sounds like it might be something slightly suggestive and adult, but it's really hard to get through the metaphors, you know? So yeah, I'll have to probably sit and crack a dictionary and figure out what they were trying to sing about in that song. Cause man, it just, you can tell that it's probably pretty dirty, but man, it's just obscured underneath, you know, this layer.
It's really not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to know. Like it could be completely innocent. Who knows? All right. Bye everybody.
Stay grounded.